Now once they have the push bot, that means Blabber can walk into their bot side. That's how you crack open. That's a really interesting macro move there. If you're ever struggling to play through mid, playing through mid is very difficult if you have no vision, right? If Blabber was around here, you think they could do anything? No, because Vulcan and Sven are kind of contesting 2v2, so there's not much you can do. If you lose here and you lose here, or it's even here, then you can't take this vision. So what you do is you put your number bot, then you push them out of bot, then you go through the river up afterwards. And that's how you crack this vision. Okay, so the draft, a lot of people were questioning the draft from C9 because they traded out Lee Sin for Rumble Kai'Sa. Now, they got Tristana in response for flex, and I'm surprised they didn't ban Alistar here. Maybe they were scared of Kalista. Like, this Kalista ban from Damwon doesn't make sense to me, because if they play Kalista Alistar here, then they're just basically full AD, and if you last pick something that, like, I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me, right? That's my point. I don't know why they're banning Kalista. It's going to be a full AD comp. Tristana has for sure going mid. AD, sorry. When you see these three champs, I think Tristana's pretty much going... Actually, maybe they were scared. Okay, I think the only thing they could be scared of here is Tristana bot, Lee Sin mid, and then some kind of top laner... No, doesn't make sense, right? The Kalista ban makes no sense. I think they should have banned Alistar 100%. Maybe they wanted them to pick Alistar, because they could last pick Sylas. Then your ban's kind of wasted in a way. Yeah, this is absolutely broken, I think. C9 think that Udyr is strong on the patch, and I don't disagree. I think Udyr is actually fucking broken. They have Lee Sin, they have Udyr, they have Tristana. So this is actually really strong. It just needs to be rounded out well. I think Alistar rounds that out pretty well. And so does Victor. Gives you late game insurance, team fighting, and wave clear, which is what it lacks, these three champs. It's a good comp. The problem is you have a losing mid after like level 7 or 8. Sylas will get the push contested. I think you have a winning jungle in the early stages, yes. And you have a very, very volatile bot and a very volatile top. So the Victor can't actually help his side as much as he'd want to. Sylas last pick is obvious. It's good into Victor. It's really good into their mid jungle, and he is against Alistar as well. So it's like the best pick there, I think, for sure. But yeah, I think both drafts are really good. I think this draft is really good. Blind pick Jace is very strong when these champs are out. Nara is obviously good into Jace, but there's lots of top laners out. Blind pick Jace, it's the strongest champion. This Lee Sin is a flex, but it's just the best option. But yeah, really good drafts on both sides. Good champ, good, good. And they synergize pretty well together. You have a 1-4 comp. Sylas can go on side as well, so you have like a 1-3-1. You can take away Victor ult. Imagine you're taking away Victor ult with a Rumble ult, with a Nautilus ult. Really nice setup. And then this side has really good engage with Alistar, with your follow-up, Lee Sin, Bruiser, and then 2 range carries, which scale really well. So I think both comps pretty good. Why Victor over Orianna? Yeah, Orianna could work. Maybe Perks prefers Victor. I saw Perks play Orianna and Victor this tournament. Maybe he thinks it's a better blind into their champs. Maybe it's because they have a melee jungle and a melee support, and he thinks that he can zone them out a lot easier with Victor, or maybe it's just a better blind overall into Showmaker's Shampoo. A lot of things here that you can consider. So Udyr warded and based. Nautilus did the same thing. It's very common that both teams ward these bushes on same sides and then base for sweeper. Obviously jungle wards this side because they're blue side, and support wards this side because they're red side. Jungle covers here. It's good. I think it doesn't really matter because, I mean, obviously it's better for jungle slightly because he can sweep any lane he goes to, whereas support can only really sweep out bot brush wards. But that's really good anyway still, because then you can deny vision from the enemy bot lane. And you can hook out of fog, right? So, Udyr solo starting. Wait, Canyon has Conqueror. I didn't even see that. That's kind of crazy, no? Or most rumbles are going like Dark Harvest Predator or something. I haven't seen Conqueror rumble yet. Damwon Gaming bot Leash, which surprises me. This surprised me a lot when I was watching it live. I think C9 took a bad trade in bot, and then all of a sudden Damwon started to get the push. I don't know what I attribute that to. I think Damwon started to get the push now after having leashed as well, which was weird to me. Obviously mid lane is favorite for C9 and like 1 to 3 range champion to melee. Always good. Same situation top. They'll have Prio top Damwon because they have range champion to melee. So Prio top, Prio mid for C9, and then this bot wave. Actually, like, Damwon got level 2 first. I wonder if that's just how the matchup goes, because Nautilus is just way more useful. Alistar level 1 is absolutely useless. They know where Canyon started, they know he's platting top, whereas Blabber's platting bot side. Damwon don't really have information on that, so I think Khan... I mean, I don't remember all the small things this game, but Khan might need to ward soon, or he could just wait for Canyon anyway, because jungle's top side. Really good hook from Brel, holy shit. Oh, nice knock from Vulcan. I didn't actually see this part of the early game. Okay. So they have a ward and try, so they should spot out jungle if he goes to crab. There it is. And Blabber knows. They probably communicated the barrel walk there to ward it, sweep it out. Doesn't really matter if they see me, because I know enemy jungle's top side anyway. Victor leading to bot side. All these small things. Depending on where jungle is, it's how you play the game, right? C9 can afford to play aggressive in bot because their jungle's bot side. Yes, that's a very basic term, but also positioning on lane, especially for mid. If your jungler's on the bot side of the map, why would you ever play on this quadrant of mid, right? You always play to the bot side of mid if your jungler's on the same side of you, as you. And you know enemy jungle's top. It just reduces all the risks for gank, and you can push and go into fog every time, and you're 100% safe. You don't even need a ward. If you know enemy jungle's top side clearing, you don't even need a ward. All you have to do is just hug your jungler's side. Which kind of sucks here, because Perks, maybe he didn't expect to die in this situation. I was watching this live, and I was like, well, I think Canyon's wasting his time here. I was really surprised they got this kill off. I guess it's because he walked out of the wave. And they actually got the root onto him, and he died. But yeah. Doesn't lose anything, because he's going to TP back. But first blood for Canyon is, yeah, it sucks a lot. Something Canyon normally does in solo queue that I saw him do, that he didn't actually do here, is he actually did this exact same route in solo queue, very common, full clear top and ganks mid from top side, and he got a kill. In solo queue, what he did, he actually didn't base. He didn't base. He went to Gromp, Wolves, Raptors, Krugs, and then based after that. Instead, he insta-bases now. I guess that's maybe because either the crab's up and he didn't want to give away information, or he just wants tempo on the map, right? Insta-base, we have first blood, insta-soak shoes buy into full clear again. Really good trades top side for Khan. Winning matchup looks like in the early stages. I haven't seen this matchup too much actually, but I imagine Jace does win till 6, and then Lee Sin has kill pressure at 6. And then Lee Sin can start pushing Jace in when he has the whip. The Iron Spike whip, and he went Doran Shield, so he obviously knows that this lane's pretty rough. This was a really good gank by Blabber. I don't know, he kind of was, yeah, creative, to say the least. Khan knew it was coming the second that Fudge starts walking forwards. Fudge can't fuck that up really hard, actually. What he could do here is just flash and save his E, and then use it on Lee Sin or earlier when he needs to. But Eing him to where he's going means it's really easy for them to set it up. I feel like if he had E here, maybe he could live. But yeah, his E was kind of wasted. Fudge was really lucky there. Yeah, he was really lucky there. He tried to W out. If he actually W'd the ward there, he would have died because he wouldn't get the shield, obviously. Cannon getting bot vision. Vulcan would need to be careful here because jungle's top side. So giving up these Raptors is kind of a must. Canyon always does this. Canyon always does this. Really good pathing, though. Jungle show top. Let's take away some Raptors. Yum yum. Mine. Joinkies. But they're on a timer here. I think that's why they start to back off now. They know jungle can be here soon. So they smartly decide to back the fuck up. Interesting enough, Blabber didn't actually take turtle form yet. He's 3 points in Phoenix. Doesn't actually have turtle form yet. Small thing to note if you're watching the VOD or you're watching live. Yeah, so Damwon have full top push. Khan has no flash though, so he has to be careful of Fudge connecting a Q, ward jumping through the knockback, and then actually just killing him straight up with Conqueror in 6. But the game's more about bot side right now, it looks like. Drake contest. Herald's on up for 2 minutes. Khan's done really well to get push. He has a ward. He could have warded here and got some information from his team, but he doesn't. He wards here instead. That's fine. That covers both entrances, right? So Blabber, no matter what entrance he runs out of, he's covered. That's probably why he did that instead. But now he can't get ganks from behind, right? The last time that happened, if he put his ward here, then that would happen again, maybe. Small chance. So now he covers both entrances, so he's pretty much 100% safe. There's no way Blabber can get to top otherwise, unless he runs through here and blast cones over, or if he runs through top. I mean, there is a world where Blabber could go like this, you know, and then hug the wall and get away from the wall, but they're the only route that you can take. Get spotted out, and now can't save. I think Blabber went for the exact same path there. Yeah, he did the exact same path. He did Gromp Wolves, and then ran through here. Maybe he was hoping to go into the enemy jungle and run behind. But, yeah, he doesn't know that he's spotted. I suppose that wasn't on his mind, but it's still a really good cover wall from Khan. Whereas Canyon's just going to full clear back up. You got the pinks on Bob's side, so that's all that really matters. Look at how many pinks that one have on the map versus C9. Fudge still has his pink. Vulcan just based and picked up a pink. I guess Perk's going to base and buy a pink. Let's just track pink control here, because I feel like that one's really good at holding vision. And just contesting it and fake pressuring vision. You'll see them fake pressure vision a lot. And that's why Beryl died, I think. Beryl's first death is him fake pressuring vision. Which is not a thing that many people think about. Fake pressure. But it is actually a big thing. Not many people really know what fake pressure is, but it's basically like using the enemy's lack of information to your advantage to make them back off to stop doing a ward. So like if my jungler's doing Herald on no vision and the enemy's support walks in here to try and contest my pinks, I walk up to him and I hook him on purpose, right? So he runs away and then he thinks that my jungle's behind me. And then the Herald dies and he wastes 10 seconds running back and he's like, oh shit, Herald's dead. And now he goes back here, right? So that's what fake pressure is. In this case, they spotted out Rumble, so there's no fake pressure right now, but I think you'll see fake pressure soon. That's what Showmaker's kind of doing, hovering out of vision, really good in fog. So now I think this is where Beryl dies sometime soon. They have bot push because they knew that Canyon was top side, so they can fast push. And Khan is chilling top, winning the lane, as you'd expect. Fudge has a kill though, so it's all evened up. And they cross map with a Drake and a plating bot. So that's the trade-off. This is a very common thing from C9. They always trade first Drake for first Herald. Every single game I've watched them play. I don't know about the last game. I didn't see their game against Infinity, Gillette Infinity. I didn't see their game, so I don't know if they traded Herald for Drake. But both times versus Damwon, the first time versus DFM, and the first time versus Infinity, they traded Drake for Herald. which I think kind of hurts him a bit if top tower falls now. I was a bit confused why Canyon heralded mid. I think it's because Jace can take plates alone and he wants to keep the lane phase going, but I think that taking top tower is never a bad thing. It means that you can push deeper into top and you can move mid easier. And you can get deeper vision in their topside jungle for when the second herald spawns. But yeah, using it mid's never a bad thing. If you can get the herald mid and maybe get the second one, mid tower dies. And they have Victor, so it's really hard to get mid tower in the first place. That's probably why they heralded mid, because they have so much wave clear in mid. Not much is happening right now. Both junglers is full clearing. Canyon full cleared back down. Balabra's full clearing down again. So Fudge gets a free wave pushed in, but Canyon will only lose a melee for it. Balabra will get spotted on the wards. So Damwon no jungle spot side. Canyon was fighting perks here for a pink that he actually got from them. So they're actually denying vision on their entrance and they keep going mid to bot. You see this? They keep hovering mid to bot. That means perks can't push and it means that your bot lane has to play scared. So the only way that C9 can crack this setup for the Damwon is to go through bot. Push them out of bot, what they're doing now, and then they can walk up the river together and get the vision. That's what they can do to crack this open. Wait for Sven to push his wave and they can move us 3 through mid. And then perks can join really easily if he needs to. And that's how you can test the vision. Now, once they have to push bot, that means Balabra can walk into their bot side. That's how you crack open. That's a really interesting macro move there. If you're ever struggling to play through mid, playing through mid is very difficult if you have no vision, right? If Balabra was around here, you think they could do anything? No, because Vulcan and Sven are kind of contesting 2v2. So there's not much you can do. If you lose here and you lose here, or it's even here, then you can't take this vision. So what you do is you put your number bot, then you push them out of bot, then you go through the river up afterwards. And that's how you crack this vision. That's why Canyon runs away, because support AD have to go around and they can't join the fight. That's how you crack open bot side river vision. Similar for top, right? If you can't contest mid jungle 2v2 mid and top's even, you can just run through top as jungle. Push him out and then go into mid and then take vision, right? And you have a number advantage. So a really good play from C9 to crack open this vision line, which they were really struggling with. Small thing that you might not notice, but that was a really good play from them to crack open that vision. It relieved a lot of pressure on them, at least in their bot side. Full clear, full clear, full clear. Blabber gets the vision. Bases, good play. Now he's going to full clear back to bot. Or top to bot, you'd expect. Something like this. Bot lanes push out on base. Support gets a move timing. That's really good for Alistar. I thought they were going to rumble ult here when I watched this live. And then maybe try to force his flash. But they didn't have information on Alistar, so they didn't want to do it. And they had no information on jungle either, so. Support and jungle teaming up again. So Vulcan and Blabber again teaming up with perks to clear out topside vision now. To relieve the pressure on top so he can push out a lot easier. Clear these pinks. Maybe if they had a ward, they could put it down. Yeah, put a ward down, get some vision. Really good vision contest from C9. You don't really focus on this too much when you're watching the game, because right now it looks like a snooze fest, but actually there's a lot of comms going on. There's a lot of plays happening. Jungle spot moving up, basing together, jungle spot moving up, basing together, making sure that they can keep the vision line, and they're contesting a lot of vision here. And I think Beryl is fake pressuring here. But Beryl is doing fake pressure here, and this is the reason he dies. Vulcan doesn't flinch on the fake pressure, but the right enemy team don't have information on the jungle, and Beryl wants to defend this vision. Or like make it look like he can fight this vision. But C9 just pulled the trigger on him. They only saw really Ghost. So they knew that they had numbers advantage. Maybe that's the blunder there in terms of fake pressuring. But he gets punished for it. Really good punish from C9. The idea was a very common thing. Just walk in. Fuck it. Just show yourself, you know. Show like what's the fuck's up. Maybe if they run away. It's some free wards. And they don't know where your jungler is. So it's a bit risky sometimes. But C9 grouped us 4. So they knew that they couldn't get faked out of that one. So Beryl dies for it. And they get a lot of wards now. So look at the control that C9 has now. After being down so far in vision early, they got so much more back, which was really impressive. So C9 commit to a lane swap. Maybe they thought Fudge was... I don't know if it's because Fudge was struggling and he's losing his tower. Because Drake's up in 20 seconds. So the whole swap here doesn't make much sense unless you're trading Drake for Herald and top tower. Which is a good play if you get the top tower, right? If Tristana can get this whole tower, first tower... and you get Herald for cracking open mid. You get 2 towers for a Drake, which doesn't really do anything. I mean, yes, you can get close to the soul point, but this and this is actually really big for the game. Because once this and this falls, then this falls, right? Because you just push, and you just move down. Shifting down, right? You push out top to tier 2, you move to their jungle, you push out mid, he takes your mid wave, and then you go 4-man bot. It's really easy to crack open as the last tier 1. So that could be the idea of the play here. That's the reason they're just playing for tempo and gold here instead of neutrals. Instead of dragons, sorry. I don't know if that's what they do entirely, but I think that's the idea behind the play. Plus, you're going to lose this top tower, so fuck it. Let's defend it. Send it full man for this Herald and top tower, and then you can crack open mid afterwards. Obviously, that means you're going to lose bot tier 1, and you expect to lose Drake. But because of the play in mid, they don't actually lose anything for this swap. Yeah, can't push out these waves. Thinning the waves is really good for him, but he can't push them out. This is the problem if he stays here. I get stoved so easily, there's nothing he can do. So I think C9 are being really proactive on the map. Good vision contests. good identifications of where they need to be on the map. Maybe they're also scared of team fighting around Drake right now. Maybe they're scared of a 4v4 around Drake because they have a Rumble, a Sylas, a Nautilus, a Kai'Sa. These champs, level 6 to level 10, 11 are really powerful. Sylas takes away Victor, Alistar ult. The team fight's just really difficult for your carries right now. They barely have an item, whereas they really spike on one and a half items. They spike a lot, right? Whereas Tristana needs kind of 2 or 3. Victor also needs a few defensive items. Maybe they just want to avoid a fight. It looks like they didn't get anything here, and they will have Herald for this, or a tier 1 top if they need it. But I think they just want to kind of avoid the fights right now. So, I mean, they're moving around the map really good, I think. But now Damwon want to go for 1-3-1. C9 bot lane shows mid. Showmaker says, yeah, I don't want to lane against Tristana Alistar. Fuck that shit. I'm going top. I want to keep laning against Victor. Khan goes bot with TP. And the map goes into a 1-3-1. Victor is like it's a good champ to group up with. So he's just kind of catching top waves right now. But it's all about mid waves. Whoever can push in mid and control this and this, then it means that they can move up first. If you watch your minimap, C9 bot lane can move up the river first, which means Perks can push in top so you can control top side. And this solo kill from Fudge was really impressive. Really well played. He knew Khan had no flash, and the flash Q was actually pretty clean, I think. The kick was good. Because he's going to flash Q. So really well played from Fudge. Get the solo bolo. Dingle dingle. That's the power of Lee Sin versus Jace. These items, Jace can't really kill you. And because C9 control mid wave and they control this zone that Vulcan keeps walking up, means Perks can keep pushing in top and basing. Keeps pushing in top, moving mid. Keeps pushing in top, hitting tower, right? You have a lot of room to work with. This seems a bit risky. But Perks pushed in top and he's moving down. Fudge has TP as well. There's the double TP. Deep vision in their jungle. Here they come, boys. Fudge's mechanics on Lee Sin are just really good. Like, I just want to highlight how well Fudge played this game. His mechanics on Lee Sin, he hit a lot of Qs, right? 2 back-to-back Qs in that fight, although both of them were kind of easy. Ven obviously made a mistake there, going a bit too deep. Still ends up in F3 for what? 3 for 3. Not a bad fight considering Vulcan got caught, you'd say. And he probably would have just got chased down. If C9 didn't respond there, he would have just got chased down and die. But yeah, the Herald goes mid, they get mid tier 1, and the Victor got some kills. So the scaling is actually pretty good for C9, right? These two champs scaling are very, very strong. Kai'Sa spikes on like 2 or 3 items. Still a really good late game champ. Kai'Sa, don't get me wrong, is a very strong champ. But Tristana obviously is going to outrange. And Victor has a lot of range too. So that really helps you against champs like Rumble, Sylas if you can kite back. C9 have to be careful here. Sven's just dead. Really good adaptation from Damwon. See what Damwon did? Really good shift. They left Khan mid, and instead of Khan going back bot, he hovered top side, because bot wave's kind of useless right now. It's dead lane almost, right? If Khan was pushing this, it wouldn't really do anything apart from making Fudge respond. And he has no TP, so he takes over mid. Kai'Sa takes red with Nautilus and moves top, and then you commit 3 numbers top to stop their mid rotation. This was a really good play. Vulcan has no ult yet, he has no flash, so they're going to get someone if they move into mid. Happens to be Sven, gets 1 popped, and that just shakes up the map, right? Because now what does C9 do? You can see Fudge is pinging in bot because he needs to cross map, so he needs to push in bot because no one can respond. But Showmaker could base in TP. What I think Damwon could have done there to make it an Astro play, maybe, is Showmaker can push this wave. But I think what Showmaker could do here, because they have information on Blabber and Perks, is that he could just base in Fog now. And Kai'Sa takes over top wave. He bases in TP's bot and catches bot wave. I think the reason they didn't do that was because Perks can run down and dive him. And he probably can't live under it. And I think Perks identifies that maybe. And he's like, okay, I can cross map if I can dive bot if they look to defend it. But instead, they keep playing on 2 lanes. Keep pushing this out. Showmaker can get top tier 1. Then they can push this out and get mid tier 1 as well. So that's a good play, actually. I think what they did was actually better than just basing and defending bot. You don't always have to defend the enemy team's play or counterplay or cross map, whatever you want to call it. You can always find opportunities of your own. So instead, they get 2 tier 1s and they get a pick. And they get Vulcan too. Yeah, so they got 2 kills, 2 tier 1s, and mid lane flash, which is massive. So this play from Damwon actually got them back in the game a lot after being down a lot in tempo, because you could see 5 minutes before this, they had perma mid push and they were moving top non-stop. So eventually, after this mid tier 1 has now fallen, after C9 took this mid tower, right here with the Herald earlier on, what would happen is they would push out mid and then they would keep going top and this tower would fall really soon. So they shook up the map a lot there. So there's lots of plays being made for both sides, but I think Damwon's response of going top was really, really good. Really, really good. Because if Sven could push out this wave and move mid and take all this vision like they did before, then that means that they control 2 lanes. And Fudge wins 1v1 against Jace right now. So you'd have 3 lanes pressured. So instead they drop bot lane and they go for 2 lanes. And they actually commit numbers and they get a pick. That means in turn that they get objectives off of it, right? They have pushing lanes as well in those 2 lanes. Really well played from Damwon. So C9 dropping every wave, it looks like. Did they get mid wave? I can't see it on the map. Yeah, they did get mid wave. And they moved to Drake. Getting up that Drake win condition. Bot lane again. Dead lane. Doesn't matter. Nothing happening bot. There's no real reason to push it out. It's all about contesting mid waves right now. That's why Fudge is just recalling. You can see the amount of minions. This bot wave's fucked for C9 already. So screw it. I don't have TP. If I go here and Damwon start Nash, wow, it's really risky. Just to push out the wave and deny some creeps. If they start up Baron, yeah, it's really rough because then C9's 4v5 with no vision. That's the most important thing. First of all, they don't have any vision topside, and second of all, Damwon are all around Nash. So if Fudge was to push this out, I think that they would probably lose the game, and he knows that. So now C9 have to retake top. Fudge pushed in the wave, and it's all like 5v5s non-stop. Fudge pushed in the wave. He's not going to push more, or is he? It will be good to push more, because then it's into tier 1, and Damwon have to respond. And Damwon are going to shove out mid. So Damwon probably need to respond to this eventually, unless they can force mid. If they can force something here and get this tier 2, then they don't really have to care about top tier 1. That's what they're doing. Again, grouping up and playing on a lane. Forcing it, yeah. Force. That's what the Damwon want to do, because Lee Sin was top. They have a small window to work with of around 10 seconds before he can collapse. They can maybe get a fight. Now he's here. So they have to run for their fucking lives. But they got a good play initially. And do they get out? Yeah, they do get out. So you can see how Damwon's playing with pressure points. It's crazy. I'm just going to go over it again real quick with 2x speed just to show you guys how well Damwon play. I want to keep you guys keep your eyes on bot lane, okay? So keep your eyes on bot lane because Damwon's in a losing game state here. If Sven can push this out and this mid tier 1's dead, that means that they're going to... When Perks pushes this, it means that C9 will control all of this. And Fudge wins 1v1. So right now, the map right now for Damwon is shit. They're down how much gold? They're up down 400 gold, but you have to understand the map is really shit for them right now. They commit numbers top, and they get a pick. They're going to play on 2 lanes instead of 3, so they ignore bot lane. Now keep your eyes on bot. They don't give a shit about bot wave. They have to play on 2 lanes to get their team ahead, to make sure they can force things, right? They get 1 force, they get a pick, fight happens in mid, they get top tier 1. Cool. Now they get mid tier 1, because Fudge is getting top tier 1, bot tier 1. And they can't contest here because Rumble ult will come down, flash from Nautilus. They're gonna die. Keep your eyes on bot. No one's going bot still. Keep forcing mid. Force. They have numbers advantage. The only way C9 could have stopped this is if Fudge stayed. And then they base, and what do? Well, they run out to fucking mid again. Fuck bot lane. No one cares. Is Khan just gonna push this 1 wave next to tier 2 and then screw it? That's what he's gonna do. His team's gonna play safe while they wait for him. Push out 1 wave bot, which was probably like 3 creeps. And again, play on 2 lanes again. Force. Fuck bot waves. No one cares about bot waves. Damwon just want to force. They have Rumble, they have Nautilus, they have Kai'Sa, they have Jace. Poke, engage, team fight, it's all there. They play for topside vision. Threaten a Baron. Now C9 have to respond. They're on the back foot because they are pushing out bot waves. And they are getting Drake. So now when they contest this, they can poke them out. Stay together. Do we care about bot waves still? No, we don't. Jace, are you going to go bot? You have TP coming up soon. No, I'm not. Okay, let's just keep going mid and force. But this is really good play from Damwon. This is how you snowball the game with your champs. Push in, force again. Lee Sin's catching top wave. Wow, you're playing on 3 lanes, or you're trying to. We're gonna play on 1. No one cares. A really good play from Damwon. This is not disrespect. This is just good play. And now they're gonna lose creeps in bot eventually, but they don't care. So they kept topside control and they forced so much on the map because C9 wants to catch sidewaves. And I think C9 need to avoid fights right now. Victor only has 1 item. Tristana barely has 2, and this Kai'Sa, Sylas, Rumble, Jace are massive. So although the gold didn't really represent it, Damwon made a huge play in around 2 or 3 minutes time of just dropping bot waves and forcing. Now they can collect bot waves because they have double TP and they got mid tier 2. Now they can start to play more of a 3 lane kind of game, but because they had to force and they had a window to force, they did. And now C9 get their control again. They got their control again, they got the topside vision, but now Damwon got the gold lead, and Sylas can actually maybe win against Lee Sin or win against whoever goes bot. Now you can see they're playing on 3 lanes. Jace is going to attach this wave, Kai'Sa pushed this, and now Sylas pushed out this. Now they're playing on 3 lanes because they don't have to force anymore. They got what they came for. They got this, and they got a couple of flashes out of C9. I guess 2 questions you might have. Well, couldn't C9 have responded? Well, no, I think the same kind of thing would have happened. What Damwon would have done is if Fudge actually grouped up more, then they would have just pushed them in and gone catch the sides, and they'd have control. And if C9 don't group up, then they're just going to force. So that's the problem with that C9 have right now with Damwon's comp. It's really strong in the mid game, and C9 have to be really careful, right? Flash hook from Nautilus, engage with Kai'Sa, Alistar and Sylas ult can dive, Rumble ult, Jace poke, right? There's so much to be scared of. Whereas on C9, it's like, if Alistar flashes down, that's kind of it unless Lee Sin's flanking. And then the Chaos Storm is kiteable, Tristana has to jump forwards, Udyr is not really a good gap closer unless he can chase you. Damwon make a blunder there, Beryl gets caught. But still, pushed out. They're going to push out mid, contest the wave. But notice how C9 want to set up for objective. Showmaker sneakily pushes bot wave. Top wave is already pushed. They tried to get the mid wave. This team fight was really good. I'm going to highlight as many mechanical things as I can. I might miss a few. So Rumble dies, getting the Drake. Vulcan's trying to kite out. The shock blast hits him. Good hits from Khan. The flash forwards from Blabber with stopwatch bought so much time. And this gravity, this thingy buys so much time as well. Fudge hits so many Qs in this fight. He hits 3 people so far with Qs. Here comes the 4th. onto Ghost. This Q across the wall was fucking big. If this Q misses, the fight's lost, just so you know. The fight's lost if Lee Sin doesn't hit this Q. Sylas will kill them. So yeah, I think Fudge is the MVP of that fight. And I still don't know who would win this fight. I think Sylas wins because he has ult coming up soon and he has W. Lee Sin Sterak's on cooldown. So I think Sylas wins that pretty hard. And that's why Fudge backs off. Misses the cannon, thumbs up. That was a really, really intense mechanical fight. I'm sure if you watch that back 10 times, you'll still keep finding newer things. So many things. The Alistair rules from Showmaker buying time. Sven's forced to jump out. You can watch Sven for the whole fight, right? He's just auto-attacking Showmaker when he comes to melee range because C9 kite back so that Sven can hit. Perks' W was kind of poor at the start, and then the Shock Blast snipes out Vulcan. Sven, eventually, because he's getting no resets, just has to flash over the wall. Showmaker tried to snipe him to actually kill him instead. Ghost is trying to hit onto Blabber to finish him off. Fudge lands a massive Q to finish off Beryl. Sven takes down Khan, and then he does die for it. Doesn't dodge away from the E. If Fudge blocked it, maybe they could have just killed him. And there are so many things that could have happened in that fight, sorry. The only two mistakes, or the only biggest mistake I think C9 made was Perks' initial W was just like not optimal, right? If he didn't use W here and he used it here now he used W here, then I think the fight would look slightly different. But I mean, the fight was so long that Perks got 2 Ws off, right? Here's the second one, so sucks that the Mountain Drake got stolen, because that means that they'd be on on Mountain Soul Point. But this top tier one's still up, and C9 are still controlling mid to top. But now the difference is Jace got some kills and he has Grudge, so now I think he wins bot. So that's why he swapped with Sylas, and he's the one pushing bot. This top tier one's a pain in the ass for C9 because his waves bounce so easily. When tier 1s are up, your waves bounce so quickly, so the pressure is so much on. So like, if they don't take this tier 1 eventually, I think Perks will get it now, thank God. But if this wave dies and the wave bounces, it's really just a big pressure point because you can't push waves deep and you're just on such a low timer, right? If you crash a top wave and try to go for vision, but this tower just kills it, you only have like 10-15 seconds to play with before the wave's dead. But if the tower is dead and it can go into tier 2, it gives you more time because the minions travel longer, right? So Khan has push in bot, and they're going into 1-3-1 again. Perks doesn't want to be on a side lane against Showmaker. He loses against Showmaker. So what he wants to do is group up as much as possible. Yeah, taking away red, taking away blue. Damwon have sides pushed, and they have control of mid wave. So if you have 3 pushing lanes, like this wave's only even because Khan didn't push the next one coming. But they had every lane pushing in almost. The blue buff was a cheeky steal, but the pushing lanes gives you free camps, right? Showmaker TP's back for tempo. Now, you might wonder, why is Showmaker TPing there? Well, Damwon have control. And if he... What did he base for, actually? Let's just check what he based for. Did he base for an item? He based for Zhonya's. That's actually a big gold spend, and it's a really important item. He TPs for tempo. Now, if he wasn't to TP back here, and C9 was to push this out and contest, and he wasn't there to contest, he'd have to TP anyway. So it's better to just TP now, and if they walk up, he's just going to kill them. And if they don't walk up, then they're going to keep these lanes pushed in, which is the important part. This is what they need. You need to keep these lanes pushed in. So Showmaker TPs for tempo, and he wants to make sure he can keep fast pushing these top waves in. Look what he does. Oh, he's not going to push it in. They just want to force Nash. Okay. I mean, C9 have no vision, so it's a good force. And they do Nash pretty quick. Sylas is not bad. Rumble, Jace, Kai'Sa. This is a lot of damage on Baron. It's one-shotted. You have to force here if you're C9. That's why Fudge just goes in. Even though this looks really bad for C9, you have to force. Like, if they get Baron and base, and you have no waves to play on, mate, it's a fucking horror. So that's why Fudge just sends it. He needs to start a fight. If they get out with this Baron, it's horror. And Fudge actually clutched this whole fight out. Like, just watch here. Everyone was focusing on Showmaker 1v3. But look what Fudge does, man. Wards over the wall, kicks Canyon into Ghost, Qs over the wall onto Ghost, and almost double kills them. Man, if Fudge got them both there, the game was over. But yeah, he doesn't. He tries to get them up there, but he doesn't. So yeah, they lose Nash, and they lose 2 members, and they lost Lee Sin's Guardian Angel. So right now, they got Showmaker. I remember this. Cheeky little trick there. Unfortunately, Alistair got the shutdown. But I actually thought, watching this game state now, 4k gold down with the champs that Damwon have, and then the fact that Jace pushes out bot, bases, and buys GA, I thought the game was lost, because Kai'Sa has both sums as well. But they make a miracle fight happen. So what they do is, they push out mid-wave, they group up, and it's Mountain, third dragon for both teams. The equalizer is kind of wasted. C9 have a good top wave, and Canyon gets caught. They get a pick on Canyon, and they get the third Drake. So Canyon going way too deep here alone. Good punish from Vulcan, though. He just fucking goes in. I don't know what he's doing here. Showmaker has no TP, and he's dead for 5 seconds. So there's no realistic way they could get a fight here. So definitely a mistake from Canyon there. And that kind of fucks their Baron, because now, top wave they have to catch. Bot wave, they won't have a wave to play on because this wave's going to die. And now they have a 1-3-1 comp with no side waves, and they only have Baron left for a minute. So yeah, they can't really play on anything with this Nash because they wasted all their time with Baron. Like, Showmaker dies, and then they try to contest Drake. They have to wait for Showmaker, 50 seconds. And all of a sudden, your jungle dies. So now you have to wait another 50 seconds. So almost 2 minutes is wasted on trying to get a Baron set up. Your whole Baron is just useless. What are you going to get this bot tier 2? Because they're overforcing top, I guess. That's the only thing you can really get here with the Nash. So yeah, the only thing you really get there is just a bot tier 2, which is not what you want on a 1-3-1 when you're so far ahead. So yeah, the Nash got nothing. That's the reason that the game is in an even state here. If Damwon with a 5k gold lead and pushing lanes had Baroned up waves on 2 lanes at least, then yeah, it was a fucking horror. But still, the game's in such a winning state. Like, Kai'Sa is building towards IE. Sven has 3 items, but so does Kai'Sa. This guy has GA. This guy's GA is on cooldown. Rumble's massive. The Victor is built 2 defensive items, so he's not getting Rabadons anytime soon. So I thought the game was really rough, especially when I saw Ghost level 17 to Sven level 15. Like, whoa, yeah, it looks fucking tough. Top tier 2 was good rotation. Khan pushed out bot and moved. I think Khan pushed out bot, took tier 2, based, ran mid, and took over the wave. And then they went 4-man top, or like hovering to get top tier 2. That was really played. Damwon's macro is, I mean, it's the best team in the world, right? So their macro is obviously flawless at times. And you can see that from the way they pressure the map in the mid game with their comp. So really good play. And again, this is another game state where bot waves are kind of dead. Khan should probably go there and push them out soon because his whole team's basing, but their whole idea was to control this part of the map. But there's no Nash. Drake's not up for 2 minutes either, so bot waves, they slowly become more important because there's nothing to play for. That's because they control topside vision and Sven's on a ward, that Kai'Sa thinks that he can assassinate him. Sven reacts really well though, I have to admit. Really good reaction, instantly jumps on the W, and Kai'Sa can't get the 1 pop. And then this Showmaker E was int. This was really bad from Showmaker. Instantly has to flash out. Ghost instantly has to flash away as well. So both their carries have no sums and they all flashed out. Now, the fight, people were like, why did Lee Sin int it? Well, you can see what Fudge was trying to do. He was trying to ward top Q. And if he got Ghost there, he could probably, as soon as he killed Ghost, he could kick Canyon. And I think C9 would get a fucking ace there. The problem is, I mean, yes, they do get Showmaker, but Fudge missed his Q. And now he has no ward hop, no flash for like 5-10 seconds. So he's just fucking dead. So he tried to clutch the game there. Respectable. He has no W either because he W'd a ward. But unfortunately, yeah, not the play. But yeah, again, Damwon only have 1 wave to play on. Top wave's pushing. This wave's going to get cleared out from Sven. And they only have 1 wave to play on. So they only get mid inhib. If this was like another wave that they had on another lane, maybe they could go for a bot inhib, but they only had 1 wave to play on because Sven pushed out bot really smart. If he didn't, then they could push this in and move bot, and then they could probably get 2 inhibs. So Sven pushes out that bot wave before they can actually do anything. So it's all about mid waves, right? Drake's up in, what, 20 seconds? All about mid waves. And C9 get mid push because I guess it's because Damwon's down on tempo. I guess they based late and then they have more range on the clear. This engage from Beryl was really poor because the Rumble's not really used that well. And yeah, Sven has a ton of lifesteal. So Beryl's chunked out. They did get Alistar ult, so that really hurts Vulcan in the fights. And then the engage from C9 was just unreal. This double knock-up, /double knock-up. Did Vulcan even have vision here? I think he gets a blue orb as he goes in. Yeah, the blue orb as he goes in, like right here underneath the Drake, gives him vision of their carries. So he's probably like, his mouse is like here. Then he sees this and his mouse instantly goes here. And then he gets an instant Hex Flash double knock-up. This is the winning part of the game here. Because now Blabber goes in, gets the stun on a Chaos Storm victory. And then Sven jumps in with his range. Takes down Kai'Sa. And yeah. This was disaster for Damwon. They didn't have vision. Now, I think the biggest blunder there from Damwon, I don't know if they could have got it, but not having vision here killed them. This not having a pink there really fucked them up. Or the positioning in general. I think what Ghost should do there is just run a little bit down, I guess, because they know they have to contest through here and they have no vision. So Ghost should just go a little bit further down, I think. Maybe just walk here and start hitting it down here. I don't know why he walks up too far. Well, not too far, but he walks to the wrong side of the Drake pit, right? And then the engage fucking ended him. And then C9 they don't get the dragon, but they get Nash. And they get Jace's GA, which is fucking huge. And they have really good side waves to catch and a mid wave to catch. So they have a lot of gold on top of those 4 kills. So now you have a late game Tristana Victor. And the range is crazy on these 2 champs into a Kai'Sa, which is really rough. The Kai'Sa has AI though, so I mean the game's not won. But yeah, you have your GA back up on Lee Sin. Like, it's just fucking breath of fresh air now. Fudge Qs it, ward jump, flashes, and E's. Wow, he Qs, ward jumps, E flashes. So he gets max damage out. Okay, so it's really rough to fight now if you're Damwon. Showmaker needs Rabadons really badly. He's not spiking until he can get it. So all gold to Silas, please. So C9 playing on 2 lanes, there's no reason to play on more than 2 lanes at this point. Playing on 3 lanes past 35 minutes, it's really rough. Enemy team has really quick engage and a lot of damage, so playing on more than 2 lanes is fucking risky. You need to make sure you play on 2 lanes next to each other, and you control the vision in between, and you can always move up and down. At this point, they're only playing on 1 lane. They drop mid wave, and I think that Showmaker is going to clear bot jungle camp so he can get Rabadon, so the comms are just to drop top inhib. Maybe if Showmaker is around, they could have put up a fight to defend that tower, but I think this guy needs Rabadons. It's absolutely unfightable until he can get this item. So C9 get a top inhib with their Baron, and that's why Showmaker's staying bot side, because he knows, yeah, it's probably fucking pointless to defend this. Doesn't even matter. Okay, so he was scared of getting chased down because Blabber was spotted, so just TP out. Good play. Now he has Rabadons. So now it's like somewhat fightable. Problem is, C9 have a lot of frontline and a lot of range, so it's fucking impossible to deal with them. I think the only real way they can get a good fight is if they get some kind of Nautilus ult onto Tristana with a Rumble ult. Some kind of flank maybe, like a flash ult onto him. When he jumps away, it gets buffered and stopped, and then like a Rumble ult with Jace QE, then he will die maybe. And Showmaker can take Alistar ult to buy time. So your frontline is literally an Alistar ulted Showmaker. That's kind of it. This Rumble ult was kind of poor again, but still it's very low cooldown. This Tristana E was the biggest part of that fight, because Ghost and Khan get chunked. And yeah, just playing on 1 lane, top wave will always crash. And that's the end of their Baron. 2 inhibs is really big, especially with Mountain Soul coming up in 1 minute. Like, there's no way Damwon can fight this Mountain Soul. You're face checking into Alistar Victor, like Tristana, yeah. And you have no frontline in the first place. You only have a Nautilus who will just get absolutely one-shot. So yeah, they have too many lanes to deal with. Just give Ghost red buff, push out top, try to get some topside vision. Like, there's nothing else to do. There's really no world to contest that. Yeah, I mean, what Damwon could have done is just pushed out and got topside vision maybe for Nash in 1 minute 50, but then even still, it's not really like great. I think Beryl could have just put his wards up towards here. Now he's going to do it, but he could have done it earlier if they knew they were dropping this Drake. Maybe they thought they could fight it, but now he's sprinting topside to get some deep vision. He knows all of them bot side, maybe get some vision towards his top side, you know. Some kind of TP flank world or sneaky vision just so they can spot them out on the Nash. But yeah, having 2 silence inhibitors taken down is fucking annoying. But they have double TP, so it's not the end of the world. Yeah, C9, both sides will push automatically, so just group up mid. You can push them into tower here. What they could do is just, if they want to stall the game out longer, or like just play it safe, because if Damwon had some kind of wave clear, the problem is Damwon have no wave clear, right? The only wave clear they have is Rumbled. Unless Kai'Sa can step up to the wave, or Jace can poke it out before it gets there. Their wave clear is pretty poor. So all C9 have to do is wait for side waves, and then they can start forcing mid. If they want to play it safe, they could just keep pushing in mid, and eventually, by the time Nash spawns, just crash your mid wave and run to here and just burst it. It's a one-shot at Baron if you have topside vision. But they have both sides pushing in, and Damwon have really shit wave clear. So C9 can just walk up into their face and threaten the flash engage, and Ghost can't clear the wave. Look at Blabber. He's just kind of running in Ghost's face. Ghost was playing kind of cocky there, but the tower's one-shot. And yeah, Sven outranges Ghost to infinity right now, so it's really hard to win fights. C9 just have to play slow. There's nothing else to do. Just wait for side lanes, chill out, play it slow. There's no real way you can lose it unless Damwon find an engage, but Beryl getting chunked out means you have no engage left, right? So Damwon just have to run away. And now they've lost 3 inhibs. Eventually you have to fight if you're Damwon, so you have to pull the trigger. So you have to do that. And he stopwatches it, so the fight's kind of fucked already. Showmaker doesn't have Alistar ult to take away, so he can't just dive in the backline. Even if he could, he wouldn't be able to kill anyone. Ben has way too much range to deal with, for Damwon to deal with. And like, yeah, now it's just over. So yeah. That's G fucking G. There was no way to defend that. You get outscaled, you don't have wave clear. And yeah, good night. Sweet fucking prince. GG, easy clap. C9 actually stomped today, huh? Really good turnaround from them. I hope you guys enjoyed this review though. I hope you learned something. I think the early to mid game, there was a lot to talk about, especially Damwon grouping up and forcing. And why they were dropping bot waves and why they were just forcing Baron. And how they just didn't touch bot lane for like 5 minutes on this point onwards, and you can see the reasons why.